Hello, guys. Welcome to our weekly analysis for the last trading week of the month of May. Don't forget, we emphasize more on the FX Triads on this channel, and our goal is to be able to find out the weekly bias and anticipate the daily bias in some cases, and also telling you the narratives most of the time, but not all the time, most of the time, telling the narrative of what to anticipate as regarding such pairs. All right, but don't forget to follow us and subscribe to our channel. You can also join our free telegram when necessary, but I would like you to hold on to the end of this video, as I will be touching a little review on what I said last week and why price did what it did, and also what we are to anticipate. All right, the bias for the week, my own view of it for the week, and probably a little drop on the narrative on either Euro USD or Gbpusd, either of the day of the week. Just a one trade. When I say bias for the week, I don't mean that you should be, for instance, buying. If I say we want to buy for the whole of the week, doesn't mean you have to keep buying Monday, Tuesday to Friday. All right, you have to capitalize on a single setup that can be able to give you a good risk to reward based on what you are seeing from the market. All right, so capitalize on them using your own strategy. Now, on our chart here, you can see this is DXY. This is DXY. You see price hits the first TP, and we anticipated probably a push up until some areas are invalidated, but we can see a drop, a massive drop right on DXY. Now look at this, we have a draw on liquidity here. So if price want to push further down, this should be the target. If price is to push further up, this is going to be a target, and this is going to be what? A target. So I'm still having here in view. All right, I will tell you at the end of this new trading week that is upcoming, right? So let's see it until this area is what is invalidated. So this is a draw on liquidity, and this is a draw on liquidity. So we are working on this area, right? This swing low and this high here, we're working on these areas. So whichever way price want to push up to, we have to see and react to them when necessary. Now on Euro USD, what are you seeing here? On Euro USD, market hit here. We're still anticipating price to drop, but no way price said no, and there was a push and massive to the upside. All right, so here again, and here again, and here is also a draw on liquidity, right? One here and one here and one here, a draw on liquidity. Now let's compare these to GBPUSD and tell me, GBPUSD, what do you observe on Euro USD and GBPUSD? You can see it here. On GBPUSD, what are you seeing? There was a massive push up that took off the high, but wasn't so on Euro USD. What can you make out of it? What do you make out of it? On Euro USD, you can see it here. You can see it here. Very, very clear here. You can see it here. So, we call this a failure swing. What do you make out of it? So, GBUSD took off the high. Previous weeks high, about 3 weeks or so down, took them all. But the last month high, GBUSD took off April high, but Euro USD has not. Though the month of May has not been completed, but based on weekly time frame, it has not. So what does it imply here? To me, I see that price, even if you want to keep on pushing to the upside, might not do that at the opening of the price Monday, Tuesday to take off this high because of what GU did. No. All right. So if we see this massive push before price can also continue in this direction, there might be probably a retracement. All right, a retracement before either to push up the other side to the upside. So that notwithstanding, let's see on daily time frame. Don't worry, I'm going to be telling you what we are to anticipate for this week. All right, let's just see the context of the chart and see what price might be telling us before we take our stand on what price might be doing for the week. All right, so let's see daily time. All right, this is daily time frame. Now let's focus on the Euro USD. You can pair it to Gbpusd and know what to do and how to go about it. Now watch this carefully. On Euro USD, you see that last week I told us that this is the high. All right, this is Monday last week, right? I told us that this is the high. This is our invalidation level. All right, you know that anytime price invalidates that point, all right, that you are anticipating price to invalidate, it means it's going to give you a higher prices. The opposite is the case. All right, so that is exactly what we did, and I told us on Monday last week that we are to look for a buying setup, and actually you see how massive. So only that trade on Monday is enough to at least giving to you what you are looking for the week. All right, so we said that after the high is being, if price is able to buy for the Monday, we're going to look for a sell. But we were surprised that on Monday was when the area was invalidated. So that also gives you room to do what? To keep buying for the week. And we saw it on Thursday, which was our fundamental release, right? Giving you an edge, right? Correcting into that area that was invalidated, and market boom pushed up, right? So we had an entry on Thursday. The market pushed up and took off what? The Wednesday high. Now look at this carefully. Market reacting, or market reacted off what? A rejection. There's a block here. There's a rejection block here. You getting that now? And there's also a relative equal high around here. A relative equal high around here. A relative equal high around here. There's a rejection block. So for this week, on our heartfelt, anticipation, we want to look for a sell entries, just one or two within the week, not the whole of the week. Within the week, price might buy on Monday, right? Probably to take the relative equal high. So anytime the high is taken, look for a sell. You get that now? But if the high is not taken here, it means that there might be an SMT between Euro USD and GBP USD. There's an SMT. If probably GU take off the high and EU did not, that is going to be a strong confirmation to look for a sell setup to trade down. Once the previous day low is taken, you can collapse your trade. Now this is if at all we are to, this is going to be areas of concern once price is able to trade down, because if the high is not taken, price might keep on selling down to take this low, and once this low is taken here, that means you're going to see a lower price. But if this low is protected, right, if this low, Thursday low, is protected, that means we're going to see more higher prices to the upside from what we saw on weekly time frame. All right, so take note of this. There is a rejection, a block here that price is reacting off. If price should take this relative equal high, probably on Tuesday, if market takes off the high of Monday, look for a sell. If market takes off the high of Tuesday, look for a sell. If market takes off the high of when next day on Thursday, look for a high. If the market takes off the high of Thursday on Friday, look for a sell. All right, so anytime any high is taken, either Tuesday, Wednesday, or Thursday, look for a sell to take off the previous day low. That is just the issue on the daily bias I'm just giving to you. All right, then this area should be protected. If this area is violated, we are going to keep on seeing a massive drop into our weekly targets. But if this area is well protected, that means if the high is taking, price can drop down into this block and keep pushing to the upside. All right, but I want to be looking just for a trade either Tuesday or Wednesday or Thursday. When a specific daily high is taken, I will look for a sell to take the previous day low. Do you get that now? So you can play the video again, listen to it, drop your questions, drop your comment. I'm sure to respond to you when necessary. Or you can hop into our free Telegram channel for more updates. It's not about we predicting. The most important of it all is to react because the market does not owe you any explanation. We're still on the tariff war and trade war that has been on the market for weeks now. So that is why we must make sure to wait till the market opens and you react. All right. So don't stick to what I've just predicted. Just wait and react. Drop your question. And as we meet on weekend, we'll make a review on it to see if you are able to take a trade or not. All right. We meet then. I wish you good luck and good trading. Have a nice trading week.